It's about as naturey as I can get in my living room. It's a nice piece. Got that like 10 years ago. Like Salvation Army. Okay. We have some issues we need to sort out here. You see, we're really fighting against each other a lot. Yang supporters, Bernie supporters, Tulsi supporters, Marianne supporters. And, you know, I get it. It's primary season. You know, we're supposed to be having robust debate, robust dialogues, you know, the hashing and rehashing of policy substance. And, you know, it's a worthwhile dialogue, and it's stasis for primary season. But there's a lot of toxicity mixed in that is leading to division. And you've all heard the term, the left eats itself. Well, like clockwork, that's happening again. And here's what we need to remember as we eat each other here. Mainstream media is already doing that. Mainstream media is already sowing division among our coalition, among our candidates. You see, mainstream media, and it doesn't matter which outlet it is, New York Times, it's MSNBC, it's CNN, name your MSM outlet of choice. Okay. They have a duty, an oath of sorts, to protect the establishment and the establishment narrative and candidates by all means. It's in their best interest. So, what are they doing? They're smearing our candidates literally every day. Every day. Whether it's Andrew Yang, it's Bernie Sanders, it's Tulsi Gabbard, or Marianne Williamson, they are smearing people who are ostensibly Washington outsiders. They pose a threat to the status quo. So understand, as we have our debates, our dialogue, our discourse, to not take it to toxicity that isn't undoable, okay? Because, you know, we get to the point in discourse where it's like, no, F you, you know, it's like screw you, and you know, it gets really toxic really fast. And we don't need to sow any division, okay? We have mainstream media doing that already, okay? Any division that we sow within these four candidates only helps the mainstream media's narrative against them. So, what I'm saying here is we have to be more protective of the most progressive candidates in the field. Okay? Let's talk. Let's have discourse. Let's compare notes. Let's compare policy substance. That's all fine and dandy. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just when we take it to the point where we're at each other's throats, at points when it gets so toxic, there's no coming back from it. Okay? And you have to understand that point right there helps the mainstream media do their ill will towards our coalition of candidates who are Washington outsiders. So let us not elaborate on this divisiveness. We really need to be protective of our candidates. Even if you're a Yang supporter and you disagree with Bernie, let's be protective of him. Because what's happening to Andrew Yang has been happening to Bernie since 2015. Okay? They're in the same boat here. We are in the same boat here. I know there's toxic progressives. I know there's people who have said a lot of horrible things, okay? But being reactionary to those toxic people isn't going to help anything. I understand you're defending your candidate. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that either. But we just can't take it to the point where it's hatred, where we're sowing division, where we're elaborating on divisions already being set by the mainstream media's narratives against our candidates. We have to really contextualize that the more we divide, the stronger their narrative gets. So we really have to be mindful that there are already nefarious forces at work against these Washington outsiders who we would all love to see change Washington for the better. Change our lives for the better. Okay? So let's just think about that. Let's process that. Let's talk about that. We really got to be mindful going forward to not sow any further division, because the mainstream media, they got it out for us. They got it out for you, and they got it out for our candidates, and they love it. They love it. We toe the line, we toe their narratives when we divide our ranks. Let's not do that. Let's not fall for it. Let's be a group. Let's be smarter. Let's coalesce. Okay. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, click the bell, and I will meet you down in the comments.